All right. Moving on. Shawn, I know you're desperate to talk about Dahmer.
Not really. Matt was like, man, you got to figure out a way to get your computer fixed because these two sissies won't talk about Dahmer with me.
Is that the way it went?
That's literally
roll the tape.
Matt, tell him.
I did. I said you got to get back on because these girls don't want to talk about Dahmer.
Girls, I'm sorry, I misquoted him. I apologize. Mea culpa.
Thank you. I was quite offended at that.
Okay, you're not a sissy. You're a girl.
Yeah, you're a girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, did you watch it, Matt? Did you watch any of it yet?
Mate, I'm only about 4 or 5 episodes in. I keep getting distracted because I love a good true story anyway. So,
I was just going to say, Matt keeps getting distracted by noises from his basement.
keep getting a hard on. It's distracting when I'm trying to watch it.
Yeah.
Shawn's using Dahmer as a manual, so I'm a little concerned.
Dahmer uses me. I'm more of a Ted Bundy guy.
It's I think so. I mean, you've seen the whole thing, Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did.
Is it good all the way through?
It's good. Yeah, it's got some. It does have some woke moments in it, but it's the kind of. It's not over the top. So let me explain. There's a lot of, and I mentioned this in my written interview. The problem I have with it is that we get a lot of detail and a lot of time spent on the victims' families that were black. If you're white, if you had a white son that was, killed, raped, and eaten in that order, apparently it doesn't affect you as much as it would if you were black. Apparently that's, you're just like, it doesn't matter. It's okay. He was white. But if you were black, then we get woman going to church and telling the preacher, and we get all this, oh my God, I'm in such anguish, which is, no doubt true. But if you're white, who cares?
I can see the white
killing his own.
I was going to say, I can see the white people saying, "Oh dear, our son's been killed and eaten. Well, we must move on."
And raped.
Never mind, it was homosexual anyway.
Yeah.
To be fair, Shawn, I remember back in the day, when that was unfolding, and I do remember that scene in the court with the black woman just losing it on it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else did that, if I recall. Just that one woman that just went ape shit on it.
Yoda, that's called a woman moment, by the way. So I would appreciate it.
Was she on her period?
It was that time of the month, apparently.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dahmer smelled that too. I bet he was like. But
this was a mistake.
There's grief coming. I can smell grief.
Why did I get so hungry all of a sudden?
I love the smell of despair in the morning.
No, the thing about it is their pain and anguish and grief was 100% legit. The problem is the Netflix series wants to, because there's a bit of the old they only did, they could have caught him earlier if the cops had come into black minority neighborhoods and cared about the gay community and blah blah blah. Right. And maybe not, maybe it's the the kind of community that the cops wouldn't go into no matter what, because it's it's one of those kind of communities. But
we're talking 30 years ago now,
right? Especially right, yeah. And the thing that I did, and somebody in the comments was like, "Ooh, I quit after it got preachy," and I was like, "Yeah, I understand that, but first of all, it is legit good. It's good. It is a proper exploitation film too. And I don't care what they say. It is very, lascivious and lewd and disgusting and very, over just every descriptor for that kind of thing. It's, it only exists to shock and make you go, oh my God, that's so horrible. I can't stop watching. But, the thing, I should,
it's all right.
You offended him.
Well, he's going to want to hear.
I'm just shutting the door.
Okay. So, but the best part is that it unintentionally red pills people on the gay subculture at the time, and just how, how promiscuous they were, and how you just walk in the bar and go like, hey, and they're like, yeah, I'll go to your apartment. I've never met you before, on the promise of sex and some booze and this, and it's so funny and that's why the blue checks are so mad about it too, because it really showed. I mean, boys, AIDS didn't spread by pure chance. You know what I mean? And it really
No, it's
is
very monogamous in the gay community, from what I understand.
Yeah, right. So, and
Yeah.
it to give it credit, it 100% does not try to sugarcoat that or bypass it. You see it, and I thought it was like that's pretty funny that the normies, and then you could tell how over the target was by just how fast they got pissed at it on Twitter and stuff. Remove the LGBT barbecue tag.
Yeah, that's the bit that really made me laugh.
Netflix, didn't they?
Yeah,
we want representation. Not that representation, obviously.
Yeah.
He wasn't real gay.
Yeah. Because he was a necrophiliac as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. A little bit of everything, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, to be fair, because I know there's a lot of gay and lesbians who have want nothing to do with the whole pride political movement and don't
regular ones
in that. Yeah, they're you wouldn't know they were gay. They were just, they just want to live their lives like everybody else. And I think there is something to that, but there's also, I think the ones that are really getting mad are probably the pride ones.
They're getting they're getting ass mad over it. That's how mad they're getting.
Yeah. So you recommend it though?
I do
in general.
Yeah. I do recommend it. I recommend it. It's there's a little preachiness to it, but just let it, slide past you going, because man, it's so well done. And the act that Evan Peters nails it, makes me wonder if he really. Go ahead, man.
I was a bit annoyed. I haven't seen him running around once like he did in X-Men.
Yeah, he didn't Quicksilver it at all.
He runs, but just not as fast as he does in that. I mean, listen, it's very, it's pretty graphic too. You get to see him making out with a severed head and eating human part. It's great. You get to see him dissolve in the body and his little thing.
Oh wow, you're really selling it.
No, funny enough, I've tried it.
What did you want? What did you want from a miniseries about a cannibal necrophiliac?
He goes to kill him, and it cuts away to a nice fireplace.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny the way Shawn's talking about it is. I tried watching it, and I got about halfway an hour through the first episode, and I couldn't. It was really dragging out for me. But now you say, Yoda, that you're really selling it. But now you're Shawn saying that, I'm going.
Yeah. Actually, another thing that will get you as well is he had in one of the scenes that I've seen, he's got yellow eyes. Sure.
Yeah, he puts on some contacts.
Yeah. Apparently, he was obsessed with Emperor Palpatine, and he actually did buy yellow contact lenses, which that's explain why he's got yellow eyes in all the posters.
So listen, he liked having sex with men. He was really into Star Wars. Who does that sound like that we know on this string?
I don't like having sex with men. I've just got no choice.
And the reason is
all the women say no.
Yeah,
you can't prove anything.
I really like how it touches on his family life too as a kid, like his dad and mom. His mom was fucking crazier than he was, really. Yeah. Talk about woman moments. She was full. She just had one long woman moment, and he's clearly a very big hand in what's wrong with what was wrong with him.
We was talking about Manhunter the other week, and we was saying that a lot of the serial killers were all brought up by abusive mothers.
Yeah.
So he's just another one in a long line. Yeah,
it's pretty common. I think they're abusive mom, single mom, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean, you start out with something wrong that end up like that, right?
No, sorry. I was just thinking, I remember my mum when I was a kid telling me that if I unscrewed my belly button, my bum would fall off. And that's really messed me up.
You should have unscrewed it. You shouldn't have unscrewed it.
And when my bum falls off, what am I supposed to do then, idiot?
Should have listened to your mother. All right.
Moving on. Never did fix that crack in it, did you?
I've always fancied if I ever got onto like a quiz show where they have like a big prize money, they always say, what would you do with the money? I would just deadpan go, I'd buy a new bum because mine's got a crack in it.
This reminds me of something that I've said for years that may be towing the line on YouTube, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've always said, like, if I ever decided I was going to kill myself, I'd walk into like a kindergarten class and just turn my back to the class and I was like, they would never forget me.
Napoleon Dynamite, where he blows the cow away in front of all the school kids, that kind of thing. Yeah,
I just walk in, turn my back, do the old
blam.
Yeah,
that's a lot like that. And what was the Christmas horror movie? Silent Night, was it? No, not Silent Night. The one where Silent Night is it's the one where Santa Claus goes crazy and starts killing everybody.
Yeah, and better watch out.
Yeah, but just obviously at the end of it, it's kind of like there's a whole bunch of kids who watch him kill.
Oh no, that's Silent Night, Deadly Night, where he goes to the orphanage. Yeah.
And that's just raising a whole new level of bunch of kids who are going to grow up to be Santa Claus serial killers.
Yeah, that would be my intention. I've also always said I always kind of wish if I'd like a stomach virus hit me while I was in the right kind of restaurant with like a buffet, I'd run right to the buffet and just vomit across the whole salad bar buffet.
Let's hope he just vomits. It doesn't come out the other end.
And be like, wow, and then I would say like, man, that sneeze guard did not work at all.
Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.